morning, everyone. Welcome to this stream. I am trying something new today. I have a different, I'm using an actual mic, so hopefully it sounds a little bit better. That is the goal. We'll see how it works. My only worry about it is like breathe, like aspirating vowels, like, or like aspirating consonants like S and like P and like those puffs of air. That's the only thing I'm actually worried about. So I think it should be fine. But let me know how you guys are doing, what you guys are working on for today. I am not working on Project Restart today, at least not yet. I will be working on my secret project for the seasonal writing challenge that I am doing. That is hosted by Anne. So I'll be working on my project for the seasonal writing challenge, getting in my words for today. I need to go ahead and check what I actually need to write today because I'm not sure. I'm gonna bring myself up a little bit. I feel like I'm sitting very low. Hold on. All right, that's a little bit better. So I'm gonna go actually ahead and check what my goals are for today. I think it's around that. Yeah, see, that's what I'm worried about is that like that air. Um, I think it's around 1,000 words. Just gonna see if I can like keep my mic down here. It should be fine. I'm just stressing out way too much about this. My brain's scattered. I've been very scatterbrained recently. So I'm gonna go over to Instagram real quick, check on what my goals are for today. Um, so for the seasonal writing challenge, I'll be writing a total of 40,000 words this month. My goal for today is 1,234 words. So that's what I should be able to do during this stream. That shouldn't take too terribly long. I'm starting a new chapter today. I'm introducing one more character before getting into stuff. I'm just doing the whole setup part of the book right now, and I'm excited for that. It's always exciting starting new projects and figuring out who the characters are. Because originally I thought this character was going to be like kind of like what's the word, like I don't know what the word is, but it's like that when you're just kind of like not the opposite of confident, but essentially like very to herself, very closed, and like this is what I'm doing and stuff. But she is turning out to be a very confident character, and like I'm loving it. Like she doesn't have any social anxiety right now, and it is wonderful being able to write that because that is the opposite of me. So that's a lot of fun to write. But yeah, we're just getting all of the words in. After I finish this, I want to go ahead and start editing Project Restart today and tomorrow. Keep working on that. Is there a way I can like bring this out? I don't know. It's weird. We'll figure it out eventually. Maybe if I like pull it out that way, hopefully you guys can still hear me. Always trying new things, just making to see what can work the best. Yeah, okay. That should work. I'm going back and forth between this and like watching the stream and seeing how it sounds and all that fun stuff. But I'm gonna go ahead and jump into our first writing sprint. Some people might trickle in during the beginning of that, but I'm just excited to get some words in, and I'm so excited to start writing today. It's been a good day so far, and we love having good days. So I think we're just gonna go for some 25-minute sprints today, so we can get a bunch of work done. Um, we'll just go with our normal this one. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and share the screen. Share the screen, window, Chrome tab, this one, share audio, all of that fun stuff. Cool, we got it all set up. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop this up here, and we can go ahead and get started on the sprint in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity. Alrighty, so that was sprint number one finished. You should have been able to hear the timer, I believe. Yeah, cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I've been trying to like share the timer sound, so I'm glad that that worked out and it wasn't too loud, hopefully. Let me know how you guys are doing today, how you did on that sprint. I got some chocolate because I've been kind of craving chocolate today. So I got some chocolate. I also got some water, make sure we're hydrating, all of that fun stuff. Um, and I was able to write 416 words. I decided to keep this scene in chapter 3 because I'm still kind of introducing new characters and I didn't really want to split it up into chapter 4 yet. I want chapter 4 to kind of be something a little different. So just all that fun stuff, trying to figure out, where to split up chapters. As I've said multiple times, is not my strong suit. I don't know how to split up chapters whatsoever. But while we were sprinting, Geo popped in. I wanted to say hello. So thank you so much for popping in. We kind of just chatted for a little bit about what we're working on. Um, yeah. And for those who are here watching this stream, I've been mentioning my secret project recently about just like in my videos, I've been like, oh yeah, I'm working on a secret project. And this secret project is a clean new adult romance. And what I mean by clean is just like nothing goes further than kissing. Because like, I don't want to read anything really like that. So I'm sure there's other people who don't want to either. Um, so that's what I'm working on. And as Gio said, it's essentially just like Hallmark. Exactly. Like that is such a good way to put it. Um, Cool. And he said he will be working. I decided that which story I choose actually comes down to whether I want the main characters to appear as likable at first or not. So I have to just so, so I just have to decide which one now. Yeah. I always find it fun trying to like decide the character arcs because normally that's not something that comes to me like right off the bat. It's something that kind of like comes out as I'm writing the story. So in Project A, my first initial, what I was first initially writing was to make my main character not very likable, um, and make her like my side character. So make her and her best friend like essentially the same. And I started rewriting it, and I knew where the character ended up at the end, and I was like, this is not my main character. Like this is not how she would act at all. So I kind of changed that a little bit in the second draft, which was really interesting. Um, so I made my main character a bit more likable, and from the beginning, I made my side character not likable because, like, I have a few issues with that side character. She reminds me of people that I have been friends with, and we'll just leave it at that. I don't want to talk badly about anyone. Um, but yeah, like, um, I knew where the side character ended up at the end, and seeing where she starts at the beginning, you can kind of put two and two together, being like, yeah, that was gonna happen. That's who she is. Like all of these things were gonna happen. There wasn't really anything that my main character could do to stop my side character from falling. So, just one of those fun things. Yeah. So, so far I think I've made most of my main characters likable at the beginning. I think. I'm not really sure how I would go about making someone. Well, I know how I would make someone unlikable. I just don't think I've done it for a main character yet. So, super interesting. I've always wanted to like write a story that like where the main character becomes the villain. That would be so much fun to write. But like while she's doing this or while he's doing this, like everyone is still rooting for this main character, even though they are slowly becoming the villain. That would be so hard, but so interesting to write. I would love that. And then Gio said, well, I've narrowed it down to if I do the main character, my main character will either be like a plain Jane girl or the extra popular girl in school that has a great character arc. Yeah, I'm always down. I always end up writing plain Jane characters. Um, just because like I don't know, it feels more relatable for me at least. But I also definitely get where the extra popular is also a lot of fun to write. I feel like a plain Jane would start likable and then becomes unlikable, while the extra popular would be the other way around. Yeah, that makes sense. Um, I always feel going from unlikable to likable is always a very interesting arc. Um, yeah, I would just say like make like figure out what works for the story, but also like if the reader despises the main character, they might not read. I would just because I would be interested to see where they would go. Um, but yeah, I'm also not one to give out writing advice. I know nothing about the actual writing craft. I just do what feels right to me. So take my advice with a grain of salt. But yeah, cool. Wow, it's already been like 30 minutes, 40 minutes almost. That's insane. Okay, I need to get some more writing done. So if you guys are up for another writing sprint, we can go for another sprint. Um, I've written like basically nothing. Had like one long paragraph explaining what happened for my main character's day, and that was about it. So I really need to get some more work in. I'm aiming to reach 1,234 words today. That is my goal for today for the seasonal writing challenge. And I'm trying to reach that as fast as I can so I can switch on over to editing Project Restart later because I'm kind of working on two projects right now, which is always interesting. Um, but yeah, if everyone's ready, we can hop into another sprint. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure all my Word documents are pulled up. It is very. Oh, my fan's not on. That's why I'm burning up. Okay, that should help a little bit. I'm like, why is it so hot in here? I'm like, oh yeah, my fan's not on. So just turn that on. I might turn it up a little bit too. But if everyone's ready, we can go ahead and jump into another sprint. Um, and then Geo, if you want to let us know when you decide what you're working on, we can or let us know what you decide with everything when you figure it out because I'm super interested. But yeah, if everyone's ready, we can go ahead and start our sprint in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity. Alrighty, that was sprint number 2 finished. I got real confused because I like stopped the timer and then all of a sudden the timer kept going off and I was like, oh yeah, I have my stream unmuted as well. That's what's going on. So let me know how you guys did on that sprint. I had to step away for a second because my food box came for the week. So I have all of my meals for the week. That'll be very nice. So I don't have to go shopping. Um, so I got all that set up. I put everything in the fridge that need to be put in the fridge. And I was able to also write 400 words in that sprint, or thereabouts. And that finished up chapter 3. So far, I think chapter 3 is my longest chapter, sitting around like 2,500 words. And now I get to move on to chapter 4, and keep writing. I am like 400 words away from my goal for the day. So not too bad. I should be able to hit that out in the next sprint or so. I will know how you guys did. I see that Laura joined us. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Very nice to have you here. She's working on chapter 2 of her middle grade horror novel. Exciting, exciting. This chapter is a bit traumatic for the 10-year-old main character. Yeah, I feel like we all have some of those chapters where it's like this. Like, I feel bad for putting you through this, but like character development. Um, she gets stuck in the basement and went home alone. Oh my gosh. That would be terrifying. That'd be awful. Um, got 251. Congratulations. Yeah. See, like, okay, when I was growing up, we had like a finished basement. So like our basement was like carpeted and we had like stuff down there. So for me, it wouldn't be terrible, but like if it's an unfinished basement, like another basement that I had while growing up, where it's kind of just like empty and concrete and storage, that'd be like just being stuck anywhere, I feel like would be terrible. Um, so yeah, that would not be fun. Um, I just finished up chapter 3 of my new adult contemporary romance, my secret project, as I'm calling it for now. Because it's a new genre, it's a new age range for me, so I want to kind of see how it goes before I like announce what it is. Um, but I'm excited for it. I finished chapter 3, which is like my main character meeting all of her coworkers. And there's like 6 of them. 5? There's 5 or 6 people she meets in the span of chapter 3. And like as a writer, I'm kind of overwhelmed to try and figure out who all these different characters are. I need to go ahead and make like character sheets for them. And I feel like that's the whole point, is to make the reader feel a bit overwhelmed, because that's how the main character's feeling. She's like, yeah, I'm overwhelmed, but you know, it's all gonna work out in the end. So I think that's where she is at this part. I don't have. I'm just coming up with like really random names. They're not super random, but just like random names for each of these characters. Because I haven't thought of, like, I just have an outline for this book. I haven't actually thought of, like, I haven't actually sat down to figure out what I want these characters' names to be. So like, I take like a random letter generator. I get a random letter and I run with that letter for the first letter of my main, or for any of the characters' names. So like the first one was a V. So my main character's name is Valerie, because I'm like, that'll work. And I got like an L, a K, an M, a D. What was the last one? And I think I have 2 Ds. Oh, that's kind of annoying. Eeh, that might have to change. Um, and then what was the other one? Okay. There we go. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've introduced 10 characters so far in the span of 3 chapters. Is that too much? Probably, but I feel like it works because it's kind of supposed to feel a bit overwhelming at the beginning, and that's what chapter 4 deals with, is like her just being overwhelmed and trying to figure out what to do and all of that stuff. So I'm interested to kind of play into that and figure out how all that's gonna get done. Yay! And we're all saying hi to Laura, saying hi to Gio. Gio got super distracted in that sprint. Absolutely fine. I also had to get up and go away for like a good 10 minutes because I had to make sure all my food got in the fridge. And I want to words. I get to figure out what I want to eat later tonight, so that'll be exciting because I have now like 5 different meals I can choose from. And that should last me a good like week and a half, 2 weeks, because it's just me. And then Laura said my outline is only 14 chapters, may need to expand this for draft 2. Yeah. My outline always starts out as like 20, 27, I think, for like my young adult stuff. And then that always expands to like 38. So my books definitely become a lot longer than I planned them to. Um, just because there's so much that needs to be included, and they span over like a year and a half most of the time. Like this book takes place over like a couple months, which is very short for me. Um, so I'm trying to figure out like the exact timing of what I want to do and when everything gets done. Because like I just have the main Save the Cat outline done right now. And then I also have like just quick little like short outline of each chapter could be, but I'm not really going off that anymore. That was just kind of like my getting into the story. Um, so yeah, normally I start with like 27 chapters, I think. I know for Project A I started with 27 and then that expanded to 38. Lots of words. That's a, that's that was one long book. That is one long book. Going to need to expand on my friend characters for my MC. Yeah. People he shares his handmade comics with. Cool, cool. The Adventures of Mr. Hissy, based on his cat. That's awesome. Like giving our main characters like these little things that they do is so interesting. Like I need to figure out what my current main character's hobby is because I don't think she really has one. Like she's thrown herself into school I think for like her entire life, and now she's kind of like, what do I do with my spare time? Um, and there is something she does with her spare time that pertains to the story, but I feel like she needs some sort of hobby. I just don't know what that hobby is gonna be. Um, yeah, cool. I love giving. I love my main characters so much. I love my side characters also just as much as I love my main characters. I might love them a little bit more just because I feel more like a side character than a main character most of the time. Um, so yeah. And then Gio asked, how long are your chapters, Laura? Because sometimes the chapter lengths make up for the lack of chapters. I also have thought about this a lot. Like, Laura, if you want to answer for yourself, I'm going to answer for myself as well. My chapter lengths, I try to make them like they're no shorter than 1,000 words, but there are also some chapters that are like 3,000 words long, so it depends. But I would say like my median chapter is like 2,000 words possibly. Um, so like I think for Project A they were a bit longer. There's some really long scenes and chapters that I have in Project A. Um, and I think that's just for like any of my projects. I just have some of those like huge heavy scenes that need to be there. Um, so like there's just I feel like 38 chapters just sounds so daunting. Like that's just that's 38 chapters is a lot for me. But then I'm also currently reading a book and there's like one chapter that's like 30, no, how long is it? It's like 60 pages long. And I'm just like this is too much. Break this down, please. So, yeah. Laura said chapters are 1K so far. It's for kids, but want to expand them to 1.5K. Cool. Yeah. I'm also trying to figure out how, like, I don't think there's much of a difference between young adult, what I was writing, and new adult, what I'm currently trying to like ease my way into. Other than like the age of my characters. Like, I haven't seen much of a shift in my like writing style yet for the two different ages. Chapter lengths are pretty much the same, but it's also the first draft. It's my first try at like new adult stuff. Um, so we'll see how that turns up. But I have like 400 more words to write for this for today, and then I'm gonna hop over to editing. So if we're all ready for another sprint, we can do another sprint. Um, let's go ahead. I'm gonna shorten this to Um, I think I'm going to shorten it to 20 minutes, and that'll put us at 35, and then we can go from like 40. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so I'm going to shorten this to 20 minutes. And I'm going to get caught up on comments real quick. Um, yeah. Is the horror more mystery or supernatural? Then Laura said, the antagonist is a carnivorous plant disguised as human, old lady, eats children. I love this. I love it. This is great. So, like, both. I also love, like, reading books with actual, like, physical antagonists is always so interesting because, like, most of my books, the antagonist is just life itself and, like, situation stuff. So it's always super interesting hearing about like actual antagonists, like a carnivorous plant. Like that is so cool to me. Yeah, both. But yeah, if everyone's ready, we can go ahead hop into our third sprint for the day, I believe. That sounds about right. We can get more work done, all of that fun stuff. And then we can check back in at the end of the 20 minutes. So we can go ahead and start in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity. Alrighty, that is sprint number 3 finished for the day, which means we have one more sprint to go. Let me know how you guys did for that one. I got another 400 words finished for that sprint, which puts my total for the day at 1,286, which is just what I need for the seasonal writing challenge. So I'm going to call it a day there for drafting. I am stopping in the middle of a chapter, but at the end of the scene, and I don't know what comes next. So that'll be fun to figure out before tomorrow. But let me know how you guys did for that sprint. I'm just going to start pulling up my other documents so I can work on that during the last sprint. Um, and while that's happening, I'm going to go ahead through the comments. Precious Cousins joined in and said hi and hello. If there's a name you would like to be called, let me know. Otherwise, I can just go with Precious or Precious Cousins or Cousins, whatever you feel most comfortable with. Just let me know. And then they will be working on their 3 to 4 book series, which is so exciting. I think series are always so much fun to work on. I have one that I want to possibly start publishing like next year. That's a big maybe. It depends how much I actually get written for them. Because I have 3 of the 4 books outlined. I think. Let me check on that real quick. Hold on. Because I got in an outlining like path recently where I've just been really excited to outline stuff. I have book 1 out mostly outlined. Okay, never mind. I only have 1 book outlined, and it's the first one. I have a lot of ideas for book 3, some for book 4, but book 2 is kind of scarce right now. And so if I get all of this figured out and outlined, I would love to start publishing these next year as well. So that's always exciting. And then Laura said, the air stilled when the older woman with red hair stepped out of the moving van in the driveway of the empty house on Nightmare Lane. Men in company uniforms were bringing its contents into the house, sweat dripping from their foreheads from the August sun. They were not hauling boxes of the usual things like books and plates and grandmother silverwares. No, it was a huge lights, beds, and plants. Lots of plants. That is so cool. I am I'm interested to read this book. Even though you said it's like middle grade, I am interested in this. Like I personally think age ranges are kind of like a guide of like stuff, but like I would love to read this. I'm always like I there is nothing wrong with adults reading children's books and enjoying them or like reading like middle grade or anything like that. This sounds super interesting. I love it. So does Precious as well. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I went to a dollar book swap the other day. It's like 2 weeks ago. And they had a bunch of books there, and all of the books were a dollar. And when you're buying books for a dollar, you can justify buying just about anything. So one of my favorite authors, Margaret Peterson Haddix, who writes middle grade and some young adult stuff, um, I was like, okay, like this is one of those authors I want to have like all of her books. I want them for my personal library because I enjoy them so much. Um, so I saw 2 of the Among the Hidden series books there that they had, and there's like 7 in total. So I got those 2, and like they're a dollar. You can't beat dollar books. Dollar books are so cool. Like a dollar for a book. How can you beat that? I don't think you can. Like unless they're free. But like then I would feel kind of bad because I want to pay for my books. Um, it's so nice to meet children, Miss Sundew said, and accepted his hand. Her gloves were worn and soft, but her hands felt a bit squishy inside, like was made of many shifting pieces. You are welcome to come in. You're welcome to come help in my gardens any time, young man. There will always be a place for you. I am already so invested. I love this. I love it so much. Loved all the books. Yes, there's like there was just this huge warehouse, and I have a video coming out about all the books I got. It'll be not this upcoming Wednesday, but the Wednesday after. Um, and I got 17 books for like $18 because of tax. And it made my little heart so happy just walking in, and there's just so many books. And they also had DVDs and audiobooks. Like it was great. Like basically what I'm doing, so I personal stuff. Like when I for my budgeting, I take out a certain amount of money for groceries and for like eating out for each month. So I take out that amount of money, and I've decided that whatever's left at the end of the month, I'm gonna put into my little piggy bank. So any like cash that is left will go in here. All of my coins that I ever get, I never spend coins. I just get them and then I save them. So it's kind of like extra saving. But all of the cash that I have left over at the end of each month will go into my piggy bank, and then whenever I'm driving by that dollar bookstore, I'm gonna stop in and get some books, just because dollar books, thrifting books, you can't beat it. Like you're giving these books new life, and it's just I love it. And you're finding new books, you're finding new authors. It is just so much fun. I got the first Jurassic Park VHS from for the library sale for 25 cents. That is awesome. I don't have a VHS player anymore because like no one like very few people have VHS players anymore. Like my family still has one at their house. Um I have a DVD player, I think. Yeah, I have a DVD player. I still have my like CD player. Um I had a Walkman somewhere. I don't know where it is though. Um but yeah, it's just like it's I miss like having like physical movies and being able to like we had this huge case of all our VHS tapes, and there were so many of them. And like me and my siblings would spend like Saturday afternoons. We had like a remote control car, so we would put a VHS on the car, drive it over to the person at the TV. They would rewind the VHS, and then they would drive it back, and we would just do that for the entire afternoon. And it was so much fun. Like I really enjoyed that. I miss that. Like I don't miss having to rewind VHSs, but like I miss that like quality time. Like just it's so nice. But yeah, I was watching like a movie the other day and I just like popped it in my Xbox because it plays DVDs and just did that because I don't think I have my DVD player here. I think it's still at my mom's house. Um, but yeah, it's just those little things where it's just like I have it. Like books, I love having books because I will go back and read them. I like flip through them and just like read certain parts of them. And it's so much fun. I love books. I could talk about books forever. Um, but I do want to get a little bit of editing done. Do I want to edit right now or do I want to edit later? What do I want to work on? This next chapter in Project Restart is like a little over 2,000 words long. Um, and I know I need to add a few things to it. So I might do that later tonight. Um, Flip a coin? Yeah, sure. I have all my coins right here. Why not? Um, I have I have like a huge like I have one of those like containers that is like meant for holding coins, which holds all my silver coins, and I keep my pennies in a different jar. So I'll go ahead and flip a coin to figure out what I'm gonna do for this next sprint because I can't decide. There's so much I want to do. Exactly. If you're disappointed in the outcome, then you know what you really want to do. Yeah. So heads is going to be editing. Tails is going to be working on Sarah Cannon's Publish and Thrive course. So, like honestly, I'd be happy with either one. So heads publishing, tails working on a self-publishing course. So I'm terrible at flipping coins. This is not going to go well. Okay, it landed on my bookshelf. So I'm going to pick it up and it is on heads. So we're going to edit. That is fine with me. Cool. All right. So now that that is decided, we can go ahead and start our next sprint. And I think another 21 will be good. So if everyone's ready, we can go ahead and start sprinting. It really did fly. Like I flipped it and just went, nope. I'm like, okay. But it landed on heads. So we're gonna do some editing. And if everyone's ready, we can go ahead and start sprinting in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity. Alrighty, so that is sprint number 4 finished. Normally I'd only do 4 sprints, but I'm feeling like I could go for another one. I know it's been 2 hours, um, but I'm kind of feeling one more sprint, maybe a shorterish one. I was able to let me know how you guys did first off. But I was able to 30, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. I was able to edit through 5 pages, and I have like 3 more to go. So if you guys are up for one more sprint to round out the day, I would be 100% down for one more sprint. Um, just let me know. Um, Precious did a whole page. That is awesome, awesome. Would you like to share what you are working on, possibly? Um, There's not a lot for me to change in this chapter. I thought it would be a lot harder. I did just hit the really emotional point though. Um, so I think that's what's coming up. Why I was so scared of this chapter is because there is an emotional point in this chapter. Um, and I want to make sure that I do that justice. Um, so Precious is up for another sprint. Laura got 129 words, so distracted. Yep, that was my entirety of last week. Like my entirety of last week was just me being super like distracted and super scatterbrained, and it was just so hard to write anything. Um, I'm working on 3 books that happen at the same time. Yes, you said you mentioned earlier you were working on a 3-4 book series. Okay, I remember now. As I said, scatterbrained. Um, yeah, that's super cool. I'm currently working the 2 books I've been working on, not today, but like 2 of my projects all of my projects happen within the same universe, but 2 of them happen roughly at the same time. So I completely understand that as well. Project A and Project Restart happen at the same time, and they share a side character between the 2 of them. So that's always super fun to kind of see how he interacts differently between different people. Because like I act differently around my coworkers than I do around like my friends and my family and everything. And like I act differently around like friends than I do family and all of that stuff. So it's kind of like interesting to write that into a character. So it's fun. It's about powerful twin flames with powers and 2 different worlds. Oh, that's so interesting. That's awesome. Scritch, Scritch, oh gosh, I can't read. Yeah, Scritch, Scritch, Jimmy smiled, the last lines of his latest comic finally complete. The Adventures of Mr. Hissy, The Search for Treasure. The real Mr. Hissy stretched out and yawned, his soft black fur reflecting the setting sun. He had been lying there for the past hour, staring at an empty bird's nest in the trees next to the front window. He must have been daydreaming. Cute. Oh, that's so cute. My main character is currently going dress shopping with her older sister who just got engaged. So they're having fun dress shopping, and then insecurities settle in, and it's like, I, yeah, my main character is dealing with a lot. But her insecurities are settling in right now, and it's just, she's just not feeling secure in or confident in her own body. And like, I definitely feel that. Um, I wasn't gonna cry, but I was just like, I was reading through this to edit, and I was just like, yeah, I have definitely felt like this before, and it's not a fun feeling. So just kind of a bit of realness added in to the book. So all that fun stuff. But yeah, I think I have like 3 more pages to write, or 3 more pages to edit, and I think I can get that done within like 15 minutes if it's all going as well as it has been. So yeah, I'm gonna do one more. Laura is heading out. Time to take Roy to the dog park. Thanks for the stream. Absolutely. Thank you so much for jumping in and joining us. I hope you are happy with the work you got done, the words that you wrote. Enjoy taking your dog to the dog park. Dogs are wonderful. Um, And I hope Roy has a great time as well. So thank you so much for hopping in, and I will see you later. Um, I personally don't know what I'm going to be streaming next. I might stream on Wednesday night, and I might not. But I won't be streaming next weekend because my mom will be in town. I have a link down below of all of my upcoming writing sprints. That's where I stay most up to date with everything. And I also post over on Instagram whenever I go live. So thanks so much for joining, and I'll see you later. Bye. Um, but we can go ahead and get set up for our last sprint. Um, I'm in a really productive mood and I want to get stuff done. So it's going to be a 15-minute sprint, which will take us about to 4:25, and then we can wrap up the stream by 4:30, which is a-okay with me. And I promise this one will be the last sprint. Um, so if everyone's ready, we can go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity. Alrighty, and that is the last sprint of the day finished. So before we get into the whole wrap-up thing, thank you guys everyone for joining me. I've had a blast hosting these sprints for you. I was able to finish up chapter 21 of Project Restart, so I got both drafting done today, I got editing done today. We're doing all of the great stuff. I think I might work on outlining a bit more. I might work on outlining my 4 book series because I might want to start writing that for Nano. Even though that's like 2 months away, I'm still already planning out Nano. Um, and so I might work on that a little bit, figure out all of this stuff, and all of that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me. Let me know how you guys did for that final sprint of the day. Um, I know we went a bit over time, but I just enjoy sprinting and chatting with everyone. It's so much fun. Um, So yeah, I need to go ahead update Instagram that I hit my goal for today. I need to hit up the Discord as well for the seasonal writing challenge, all of that fun stuff. Um, but yeah, thank you guys so much for sprinting with me. Don't forget to back up your work. I need to go ahead and save mine because I forgot to do that earlier. Um, if you guys are in the US, enjoy your long weekend if you can, if you have that. I know I have tomorrow off, and I'm excited to just kind of relax and get some stuff done. All of the above. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I have a link down below in the description to all my upcoming live streams. I'm also post over on Instagram when they happen. So sometimes, like, I don't know if I'll be sprinting. Um, on this Wednesday or not because I won't be sprinting next weekend, but I might sprint next Wednesday. I'm not sure. Have to figure it out. But yeah, follow me over on Instagram, subscribe, turn the bell notifications on, all of that fun stuff. Um, and yeah, because I go live, I'm trying to do every Sunday at 2 from here on out. But just to kind of keep a schedule. And then I might do random Wednesday sprints because I like writing in the evening as well. So yeah. And then Precious says, have a good Labor Day. Yes, you would too. Have a good weekend. Christina said, thank you for the sprints. Finding live streams has changed my productivity in a way I never thought it would. It completely changed mine as well when I found them last year. And I'm just so happy that I can be on this end now hosting these streams for people in the non-nano months because I know I'm trying to write more outside of NaNoWriMo, and hosting these sprints is one great way to do that. And I absolutely love chatting with everyone. And even if you guys aren't active in the chat, that is absolutely fine. I'm normally not active in the chat. I am normally a very quiet person in chat. Um, so I'm just glad you guys are all here getting your work done. And yeah, so make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification, like the video, all of that fun stuff so you can be notified when I go live next time. And we can get more work done and all of that fun stuff. Again, I have the link to my upcoming streams down below. I'm hosting a 30-hour write-a-thon in not this upcoming weekend, but the weekend after. So me and my friend Anne are going to be splitting the streams between our 2 channels, and we're going to be going back and forth writing for 30 hours. I really want to try and like stay awake and writing for all 30 of those hours. I don't know if I will, but that's my goal. So yeah, thank you guys so much for coming. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. Um, but yeah, thank you guys so much. I've really enjoyed hanging out with everyone today, and I will see you guys all next time. Bye. Oh. Can I end the broadcast? No.